down here in the bottom position. He is Hurricane. And his opponent up here in the top, a fan favorite. He is BYUN. And I gotta tell you, BYUN, I think, so this is as hard to say as it thinks, but I think he's actually more active now after his military service than he was before he went in. Because the thing is, I've been casting BYUN since early 2014, or 2015 rather. And the thing is, BYUN used to play in every single online cup there was. Granted, this was before his masterful GSL run, plus his winning of BlizzCon, but at the same time, he was just active everywhere, and he was such a treat to watch. I know it kind of sounds like I'm fanboying out about BYUN, but he just makes it so hard not to. He's such a nice guy, such an amazing player as well. And Hurricane, you know, Hurricane is fantastic as well. I remember seeing him when he wasn't at his absolute best a few years ago. I think he really rose to prominence in the post Kespa era, just really fanning out a name for himself and becoming one of the top players in the world. And now BYUN is going to be looking to do something a bit crazy here with his first choice of build. Going to get that very fast reactor. And one of the things that I've seen him do a lot recently is go for this 2 to 4 Hellion opening, where if your opponent is not walled off, you just dive straight into the natural and get 10 to 12 probe kills for absolute free. We're kind of expecting it a little bit as well, going for that sentry first. He kind of knows that BYUN is not really going to, not going to really send a Reaper in. BYUN has been favoring going no Reaper with this strategy, and actually going to be even more aggressive with it, sending 4 Marines across the map. Might get a depth kill here with this. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. BYUN is super aggressive versus Protoss. It's just really hard to breathe versus him. He is the oxygen sucker of the room. Actually, that sounds like a negative thing. Like he just takes your breath away. He's breathtaking, as Keanu Reeves would put it. But here we go. Already going to get an Adept. Not enough energy on that sentry for a force field because he did go for the hallucination. So these Hellions are going to be able to get in there and do a bit of work. Only getting 2, however. This was pretty committed, but BYUN is actually not done just yet. It takes 3 Hellions to roast a probe line. And that is exactly what BYUN is going to do. 8 workers going down. He would like to get a little bit more damage, but already doing superb in this game to start things off. This is a best of 3, so a little bit shorter of a series, but no, we thought you guys would enjoy it all the same. Now, BYUN going to be prepping for his next big attack here. We do see him adding on the siege tanks. He really does enjoy following this up with a strong bio push with those siege tanks in support. Even going to have a couple of Hellions as well to kind of buffer for damage. And kind of just bait the Stalkers out of position as well. A lot of lost mining time here. So while he doesn't get a probe kill, as he gets one probe kill, he just denies a lot of mining away from Hurricane. And even just can keep that Raven there waiting for the next drop, as the Stalkers are going to go for a blink chase of those Hellions. Now, Hurricane is in a pretty good spot right now. He's already going for a faster upgrade as well as getting charge, which will help him versus any kind of push that BYUN decides to do. And plus, he's doing a pretty good job of deflecting the later harassment of BYUN while powering up to that third base. Actually, look at that. He's going to power up himself. 4 additional gateways. Nice. That observer thought he got lucky there, but now he does reveal that this is coming. Plenty of force field energy for these ramps, so he's going to try and make his stand there, but unfortunately now he's a bit out of position, not defending his third base. And already the shield battery is going to go down, so that is a lot of defensive potential gone. See, he does hallucinate a Colossus, but I think that's not going to really work because look at that. The scan reveals that it's fake. And plus the Raven as well. So all these hallucinated units could have been force fields. And it looks like BYUN going to be able to push his way through here. There is just way too much Terran. The fake units fall faster than the real ones, but not by much. GG is called. Masterclass game number 1 there up from BYUN. And now we hop into game number 2. Will BYUN do the same or will he go for the longer game? I think the thing about BYUN is that he is really good at both. Just like Fireball Whiskey is good for not only those nights where you want to chill and relax, but also for the nights you want to go have an amazing party with your friends. So check them out at our link in the chat to get them delivered straight to your door. Not to my door, because I already have some. But you know what I don't have? I don't have a second to lose. And spawning down here in the bottom position, he is BYUN. No Kaizu, no Jin Air, Green Wing, no Afrika, just BYUN. Going up against this guy up in the top. He's got everything in his name. The unstoppable force of nature, he is Hurricane. The thing is, BYUN, he does have his cheeses, but he's never really needed them to take down Protoss. Oh, I am. Junghang's Mega. It's actually in the class I've been drinking. They sent me a bunch of smaller bottles, so I use the big bottle as a prop for right now. But once I run out of the smaller bottles, then you'll see that one start to go down. But yeah, because you mix it with apple cider, it makes a really good, nice, warm drink for cold nights. Basically an apple cinnamon drink. It's just really good. It's actually my favorite drink. And plus, it keeps me from doing shots on stream and breaking Twitch's terms of service, potentially. And you know what? BYUN is trying to break his opponent with this first Reaper, just kind of scouting around. He does pull the Adept out of position. Not going to jump into the main base, however. He won't really see too much, but he does want to kind of get confirmation about that Twilight Council. Now, this is one thing BYUN likes to do against Protoss as well. This is kind of seen as a TVZ build a lot of the time, but he's actually going for a 2-1-1. And what he usually does is he kind of delays that first refinery to get up that second Rax and the second CC. But this was scouted by Hurricane, so Hurricane knows exactly what's up, and he will have Blink for any kind of attack that comes out. Oh, 3 Rax. I'm just not 100% certain on this build overall. 3 Rax can be pretty powerful, but when your opponent is going to have Blink and potentially Charge, as well as a couple additional gateways, it just loses a lot of power. Stalker making short work of that Reaper. He did indeed see the eBay. So he does know that that +1 timing is coming. I think the bigger thing was he did see the Tech Lab built. So he has all the information that he needs. I'm a little bit worried that he's not really reacting too much. Instead, going for Observer after Observer. Where at this point, I think a little more Immortal might be a bit better. But you know what, Hurricane, now that he knows that there's no siege tanks, or really any factory unit at all, he's going to try and get a bit of damage done himself. With a small compadre of Stalkers. The thing is, there is quite a bit of firepower for BYUN, and he won't have that high ground vision. We'll have to see how heavily is Hurricane going to commit to this. So far, it looks like he is going to be pushed back. Remember, there is no healing energy with this just yet, so every time that BYUN stims, he's not going to be able to heal that until those medevacs are done. So he has to be careful on how far he decides to engage. These are replays, but the cast is live. Now, Hurricane is kind of just trying to do a soft contain, and it's going to have to be super soft because he can't really contain BYUN right now. I don't know if he actually saw the units lifting up there, but we'll have to assume that he did. And like, he knows that he needs to go home and defend that because BYUN is going to be all over the place in just a minute or two. Going straight for the main base. Sees the Colossus, is going to just dive right on top of the Stalkers, actually. Might have been able to kind of do some more damage to the Colossus if he had jumped on that, but I digress, as that was all a distraction to cancel the third base and get a couple of cheeky pro kills and then get out of there with the majority of his units. So BYUN getting plenty of work done with this. He's got to feel comfortable about that, and I don't think he's actually done just yet. This is kind of the red wave of terror by BYUN. The second he starts to get any sort of momentum, he just never stops pushing, like ever. It's absolutely insane. And you can see it work for him quite well as BYUN gonna just dive right on top of this entire army. The gateway units are down. The Colossus has fallen. And the Zealots gonna do what they can, but there is only Stalkers left. The last Colossus is completely exposed, and BYUN doesn't even need to engage right there. He can heal up, kill this third base, and continue the pressure. And as we see, the last Colossus goes down, and I think Hurricane knows that he has to tap out. Wow.